Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another Battles End live Q&A. We are going to be joined tonight first by Jaylen Brown and then by Charles Lester. Now, if this looks a little different, I apologize. I am remote in Atlanta, Georgia right now, but that meant Jaylen got the comfortable chair, so I don't think he's complaining too much. We are the Battles End. We are Florida State's NIL collective. We directly support Florida State football players. If you want to become one of the 5,000 plus members that do that every single month, go to thebattlesend.com. We're going to be taking questions all night tonight, so throw them in the chat. Super chats get priority. Those should be enabled because we have gone through the absolute ringer of every hoop that YouTube can make you jump through. So, again, the 50 of y'all in here so far, make sure y'all are hitting like on that. Let's get this thing rolling in the algorithm. But, Jaylen, man, it's good to see you in the Florida State Garnet, Florida State Gold, coming over, transferring from LSU. Give me just first impression now that you're done with your first spring at FSU. What's the transition been like, and how's it been so far?
The transition's been very well. Like, it's been hard. It's been a real hard change. Like, it's from coming from LSU to Florida State. Like, the way the coaches interact with the players and how the intensity is in practice is real different. Like, we get pushed hard, but it's only going to bring the best out of all of us.
Yeah, was it I guess that first time Norvell came in just screaming good morning at 6 a.m. I mean, that must have been a bit of a literal and figurative wake-up call for you. But so you're from Miami. You went to LSU right out of high school. You were there last year, and then you came back to your home state this year. What went into your initial decision to go, check things out of state? And then what kind of led to you deciding to go into the portal and then ultimately coming back to FSU?
The reason I chose LSU was because of the rich tradition of receivers coming out, Jamari Chase, Justin Jefferson, Odell Beckham, Jarvis Landry, just to follow in those guys' footsteps, like just to see how things are going at LSU and how they became the players they are now in the NFL. Like, they're some of the top players in the NFL, some of the top receivers. So I felt like I can do that. I can go to LSU and become a star in Louisiana and become one of the big next players out of LSU to dominate the league. And my decision to come back was I wanted to come home and put on for my state. Being out there and seeing how the whole team was from Louisiana, and like they were so hard, like they rep Louisiana so hard. And I was like, let me come home and rep Florida pretty much.
No, and dude, I think that makes a lot of sense. And I mean, you have this program has now put two really notable guys in the league at your position last year, right? And Keon Coleman and Johnny Wilson. Did you get to interact with them at all? I know they were obviously coming out as you were coming in, but what were some of those interactions like, if you had any?
Yeah, I think we was watching one fight at Johnny's house. That was the most interacting I had with those players. I seen Keon come in and out the building a couple times, saying what's up, how you doing. Keon is a cool, funny dude. Like, he's always making jokes. Johnny's also always making jokes. They're good people to hang around.
Yeah, man. So again, we're gonna take some questions, and Jordan will throw them on the screen. Folks, drop in the chat anything that y'all want to ask. But Marvin Allen asks, what's your favorite route to run?
The one that gets me the ball. But my favorite one out of all is probably the post route. I love how you can change it up. You can corner post, you can stem inside and break it off the safety's face, and then that's a route that I can show my speed.
Yeah, and your speed's no joke. I mean, what was your top time in the 400?
400, I think about like a 46, 47.
Jeez, man.
Yeah.
So yeah. You have legit track speed, right? Like you were what, a state qualifier in 11th grade, and then took 7th and 12th grade, something like that in track.
No, I didn't run track my 12th grade year. I enrolled at LSU early.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought you ran 12th. Okay. But you had
grade.
that track speed opened up though. I mean,
yeah, I had the #1 time in the country for a while until my cousin broke it.
Okay.
Yeah, he broke it.
Jeez. All right. So fast family. James B with the super chat, 25 bucks. James, thank you so much for supporting FSU athletes directly. What is different about Dugans from any other coach that you've had?
The difference, but with Dugans is like he's a mentor. He teaches more than just football. He teaches about life. He cares about his players. He's always on top, make sure we're doing well, make sure we're straight, make sure we have everything we need to be the best man and the best player that we can be. Like Dugans, he's basically like a father figure to all of us.
And how cool is it, when you look at him? I mean, obviously, everything you just said about him as a leader and as a coach, but he's also done it at this school at the highest possible level. Like, how cool is that, or how helpful is that really, that he can say, look, guys, I was on a national championship competing team at your position at this school?
It means a lot to all of us because like he did it. He did exactly what we're trying to do now. So he's basically giving us the blueprint to be a great receiver at Florida State. He teaches us like it's more to the game of football than just going out there and make plays. Is the impressions you leave on people. Is like he mostly teaches, like when we in the meeting room, Dugans, he'll talk about life also while he at the same time while he's talking about plays. So when he'll tell us stories about his teams back in the day, how they were always competing against each other, how they didn't let anybody slack off, and then we just try to do that within our group.
Yeah, no, I mean, again, if anybody knows how to do it, it's a guy that's done it, and he's done everything he tells you all to do. FSU Giant 24 wants to know, what player do you compare yourself to the most?
I try not to compare myself to players, but I feel like I can be like a Devontae Smith, like a Justin Jefferson, a player that can pretty much do it all, can play inside, can play outside, can get open pretty much.
Yeah. And Barry Cohen wants to know, on our team, who's the hardest DB to catch against?
The hardest DB probably be AZ. He's the hardest. He's fluid. He has speed. He's patient. So he's going to put his hands on you. So he's not a pushover.
Yeah, no, I mean, AZ is a very talented cornerback. I mean, I can imagine going against him one-on-ones isn't a ton of fun. Makes you a lot better, but there's got to be some days.
We make each other better.
Yeah, absolutely. Brian Chavez, $25. Thank you so much for the super chat. Again, folks, throw your questions in the chat. Make sure y'all like this video. Got 315 of y'all. I actually can't see the like count, but whatever. I'm going to pretend I can and pretend it's too low. So make sure y'all like this video. Hunter Gray wants to know, what separates Mike Norvell from other coaches you've been around?
What separates him is just how involved he is with every position on the field, like each side of the ball, special teams, offense, defense. He's in the special teams meeting with us, coaching us on special teams. In practice, he goes to each group and coach up every group. Like you've seen in spring in the videos how he runs down the field with the linemen. Like I haven't been with a coach that does that before.
I'm not confident I could sprint 100 yards if I tried, much less race Division I athlete. So, it's and I'll just kind of share the anecdote. I mean, the energy is like, it's not a show he puts on. I mean, that is like, I've seen
it's every day.
Right.
Every day.
I don't see him as much as y'all do, but I've seen him in like the Monday night show he'll do down at Kush's. Like he is coming in, screaming, yelling. He's doing the same thing at 5 a.m. I mean, it's insane.
Every day. Like, he has so much energy.
How much of that does he was obvious to you during the recruiting process? Because I know yours, again, it was quick. It was the transfer portal. Was he like that as a recruiter? Is he just like, hey, this is how I'm going to be? And what was that like appealing when you were looking at the school?
Well, it was appealing coming out of high school because I came to Florida State almost every weekend. And every weekend he brought the same energy, yelling, being energetic every single time. Like it was never a day when he was like down and low energy. He's always brings it every day, and all it does is just builds the energy within you so you can go do what you need to do. So he's loud at the beginning of the meetings, and we go out when we firing on all cylinders in practice.
Yeah, no, absolutely, man. So let's say maybe Joey, I'm gonna hijack your question a little bit just because we talked so much about Norvell and Dugans. Maybe besides those two, which coach pushes you the most?
Coach Atkins, Coach Yak, every coach on the coaching staff push every player, no matter what position they play. DB, receiver, O line, every coach pushes every player. They want everybody to succeed.
So then let's talk about the strength coach. How are those squat parties here? Was that a new
Oh my
experience for
God, the
you?
squad, them squad parties are amazing. There's so much energy, so that you see the team, the love between teammates, pushing each other, cheering each other on. To max squats like Cam when he squatted 495 or something like that. Like the whole team was just there cheering him on. Like I think that was my first squat party ever. Like I never had a squat party and it was amazing.
Yeah, and I mean, how much does that carry over? Not just from, I mean, that one max out day we get to see. To I guess, well, like Luke asked, right? How are the Coach Storm's workouts treating you? Like, how much does that kind of energy and that bonding, I guess, atmosphere carry over to like these summer workouts y'all are in right now?
Like you go through bad times with your teammates and like you struggling, you tired, you're exhausted, but with your team behind you, they feel like you feel like you can do anything, and that's just what they trying to build in between in us. Like fourth quarter, everybody's tired, but you look at the person next to you, you look at the person behind you, everybody's like, let's go, let's do it, and it just gives you the energy to go the next play and the next play and the next play.
Yeah, man. So I knew we'd probably get this one. Brian Howell wants to know how much of an impact did the regular season games versus FSU play into your choice to be a null?
It didn't play it didn't have any impact on my decision to be a no. When I was coming out of high school, the top two schools were Florida State and LSU. But that game didn't do
They didn't like
anything.
watch the game. We're like, maybe.
Yeah, like
Yeah, no,
it
no.
was not like maybe I should be there. No, it wasn't like that.
Oh man, Barry Cohn with a $50 super chat. Barry, thank you so much. He says, "Love your attitude. Keep pushing each other." TB number one. Um, Not a question, but Barry, we really appreciate the support, man, genuinely, and everyone in here. Rick Wilson, what's your favorite restaurant in Tallahassee? You found a good one
I
yet?
haven't been to that many, but Table 23 is really nice. It's
Okay.
a nice little laid back area. We went as a receiver group, had some breakfast. It's a nice
Yeah, yeah.
restaurant.
Got like the big porch out there. You can go
Yeah,
outside a little bit if it's not a million degrees. Speaking of the room, Dave Doherty, any competition between? Well, I know there's competition in the room because y'all all talk about competition. But let's yeah, who's the fastest? Who's the best route runner? And who's maybe the one you're most competitive with personally?
most competitive with personally probably Malik.
Okay.
I feel like I know I'm the fastest. I'm the fastest for sure. And the best route runner would probably be Jakai.
Okay. A
Yeah,
lot of people have said he's able to do some really
yeah,
interesting
he's
stuff.
able to do some crazy stuff. Like I
What
don't
what
know
is
how
it
he.
about him that makes him such a, is it just his knowledge of how to adjust the routes to the defense, or what makes him so good, and
His
what have you kind of learned
knowledge,
from him?
how he tempos his routes, how fluid he is, how he's able to avoid defenders, like everything. Like, oh, he's a real veteran.
Yeah. No, and Austin Hack, I don't know, have y'all seen the schedule yet? When you guys go to Ireland, will you have any non-football time to sightsee? And is there anything you're looking forward to about that game in Ireland?
Um, I'm just looking forward to my first game as a Noel. I want to make a big impact for my team and for Tallahassee. Just going out there focused. Yeah, it's gonna be my first time out the country, but at the same time, it's a business trip, so we got
Yeah.
to get the job done.
The one shameless plug I'll throw in is the nice part is going to be the weather. It'll be like 100 degrees in Tallahassee leading up, and I think it'll be around 70 degrees at kickoff in Ireland. So
Oh,
you get
that's
the nice cool
amazing.
weather. Perfect time
Yeah,
to
that's
wear one
gonna
of
be
those battles
perfect.
in quarter zips. We got them on the website. But no, it's the weather's going to be absolutely gorgeous, and um, it's perfect football weather. So how's DJ looking? I assume we're talking about quarterback DJ. What it's a really broad question, but how's it been getting familiar with a new quarterback, and especially someone with the arm strength of DJ?
Being with DJ is he's doing real good. Like as a receiver core, we're building a connection with DJ. We're building trust. with the deep shots down the field. DJ is learning, like he's picking up the playbook really well. He's being a leader for the whole offense, for the whole team at that. Like DJ is really a mentor. Like we talk to DJ a lot. He's how can I put this? Yeah, he's a real good leader.
Is it helpful having someone else who's obviously in the same boat as you as a transfer to kind of like, have someone who's older and has gone through it to kind of relate to and be able to have that shared experience and be learning some stuff together as well?
Yeah, with both of us being transfers and both of us being new, all this is new to both of us. So we're going through it together. We sit down and talk all the time. Me, him, Malik, all the receivers, all the quarterbacks, Brock. We just sit down and talk. Like the transition is the same with all us. Like, yeah,
Yeah, no, it's just cool to hear y'all talk. I mean, like transfer, not just how quickly y'all bond
yeah.
and form that connection. And Glenn Elliott asked, do you have a favorite former Seminole? It doesn't have to be Ron Dugans. We will tell him, count him as number one. Other than him,
Other than Ron, Dion was nice. Dalvin Cook,
okay. Actually,
Dalvin Cook,
got a little
Miami boy.
got my Dalvin Cook trading card. Keep it right by the desk.
Yeah, I
Huge,
gotta. My
huge Dalvin
favorite
Cook
has to
guy.
be someone from the South.
Yeah, man. No, Dalvin. Now Dalvin always played his best games against Miami. How excited are you to play
I
against the home
can't
team later
wait
this
to
year?
play against Miami. I can't wait. I feel like that's gonna be the game. Like the whole Tallahassee is gonna know my name.
Do you have any like holdouts in your family that are maybe still Miami fans that you just want to maybe make be quiet for a day, or is everyone in the family now that you're here like full on
Oh
FSU?
nah, it's some still. My family's gonna always be Miami fans, but we just gonna have to change that when we play against them.
I love it, dude. So, what's your favorite tradition at Florida State that you've seen?
Um, the walk, what is called the Legacy Walk, I think it's
Yeah,
called.
yeah. When y'all walk
We,
in, when they walk in off the bus and everyone's there, and
yeah, that's always like it just gives you energy to play. Just feeling the love from all the fans and everybody, like just coming to see us play, cheering us on. It just builds up energy for us to go out there and then just put on a show for all you guys.
yeah. No, I'll be honest. It's one of my favorites as well. I mean, our tailgate's kind of right there, and I will say the hammer that breaks the rock has added a
Oh yeah,
dynamic to that
that's
tradition.
I want to break that rock so bad.
We're gonna save this clip. That way, when you have your a breakout game and you get to, we'll pull this
Yeah,
thing up because that
I'm gonna
thing's no
break the
joke.
rock. I'm gonna break it at least 2 times this year.
All right, we'll
Yeah.
mark it down. We got two more questions for you. Tony the Tiger asks, have you seen a difference from what you experienced from FSU DBs versus LSU's, and how's this DB room looking in your opinion?
Um, the difference they're a little bit more aggressive. Florida State DB is a little bit more aggressive. They play a little bit more press. At LSU, they didn't really press a lot, which is helpful for me because I get to work on releases and stuff like that. But and then the physicality.
Yeah, that's we got a pretty big DB room. I mean, you said AZ Thomas, he's 6'1". You got Q is a big guy. You got even over in the safety position. I mean, Shy Ashland, like we got some guys with some serious size. Charles, who we're going to talk to him, has 6'1". I think he's up to 195 now. So
Yeah,
definitely a room that will help you practice getting off press man coverage type stuff.
yeah.
Yeah. Dave Doherty, last one for you, asks, who talks the most trash on the offense and who talks the most trash on the defense?
The most trash on the offense is definitely Malik. Sometimes we gotta tell him to be quiet. Like, he talks so much trash. But on the defense, it's definitely Shy. It's definitely Shy. He talks the most trash. Like I don't know, like where he get it all from, but it only makes us better, and it only make us mentally stronger for when we play against other opponents. So it's good.
Yeah, no, I remember practice one. I just listened to the two of them going, and I was like, it was almost like their own little show happening, but they were still
Yeah,
lining
they
up,
should
running
have a
every play,
reality
playing at a
TV
high
show or
level.
something.
It's crazy,
They need
man.
a TV show.
Well, dude, we really appreciate you stopping by for your. We'll really being the first guest on the first live show with me being remote, which will eventually I will be back down there. But thanks for coming by, man. Much appreciated, and we
No
very
problem.
much looking forward to the first time you're breaking the rock this season.
Yeah, I'm looking forward for that too.
Yeah. No, thanks a lot, man. And folks, we're gonna have Charles coming on in just a second. Charles Lester, freshman DB. He's going to be sitting down. So any questions you may have for Charles, please drop them in the chat. Again, we are the Battle's End, Florida State's NIL collective. If you want to directly support Florida State athletes and give Coach Mike Norvell and his staff the tools they need to succeed, go to thebattlesend.com and become a member today. Don't worry, we're getting Charles set up again. A little bit of a remote situation here, but make sure y'all like this video. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel. And again, super chats get priority. Throw your questions in there. We very much appreciate the support. Charles, what's up, dude?
What's up, Max? How you doing?
I'm good, man. I'm good. It's good to see you. Sorry, we're kind of in this remote deal, but appreciate you you kind of bearing with us here.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man. How's well, let's just again kind of dive in. Same question I asked Jalen, but you came here straight out of high school. I mean, you should have still been in high school. You turned 18 in what, February?
February.
So you were doing tour duty, still 17 years old, decide to, yeah, exactly, forgo that last semester of high school to go ahead, get up here, get to work. Looking back at the spring, where do you feel like you grew the most as both a player and as just maybe a person or an athlete in general?
Tour duty actually brought me a long way. I learned a lot about myself in tour duty, just the mentality and a push and desire to fight through hard times and adversity. Because I don't know if you was there to watch, but it get real.
Saw some videos. Looked a little.
During spring ball, I was kind of I had a foot injury, an ankle injury. I had got sick for a couple of days, and right then and there, it just taught me things gonna happen. And a lot hit me at one time, and I was able to make a recovery and make it back by the time the spring game. So that right there just put a lot on my plate, and I was just focused on getting back healthy and getting back on the field.
And what was that? I guess what was that moment like? You as a recruit, you came up here several times. You were very locked into Florida State from pretty early in your recruitment. What was the feeling of being in Doak Campbell as a player on the field with fans in there for the first time like?
I was just talking about this the other day. I said when I first stepped on the field, it felt like a movie. It didn't feel real. Even during some of the plays out there that I was on the field, after each play, I just look up and be like, this can't be real.
Sorry, I have my daughter. She's over there on her iPad tapping very loudly. Love you so much, baby. But no, dude, and it was cool to see you out there because it was almost like, oh man, Charles Lester is a Knoll. He's out here. He's in Doak Campbell. Like, we kind of ignore the construction over on the one side there, but
yeah, that had the stands looking kind of ugly.
Yeah, well, they're but to make them
look coming together though. It's coming together.
But yeah, no, it was a surreal experience though. Again, seeing all y'all get to run out there for the first time, and just what was kind of your biggest takeaway from the spring game, like getting to do it at full speed? Was there anything specific where you're like, all right, that's something I got to work on this summer? Was it more just like you said, processing the kind of movie like atmosphere being in Doak?
Yeah, that's all it was like, just soaking in the moment and just being thankful to be out there in that stadium, on the field, like in game action. Like, 'cause I done been to multiple games. I done sat on the sideline. So to be able to run around and actually be the player that's playing with the jersey on, that's all it was. I mean, 'cause we had scrimmages. We went against each other in practice. Like, we went full speed in practice, like to the ground. So I mean, that wasn't my deal. My deal was just going out there, getting comfortable around the big stadium, around a big crowd. Just a warm up just for the game at Ireland. That's the debut, so I know it's gonna be rocking. It's gonna be a lot of stands, a lot of noise and stuff. So that was my biggest takeaway, of just getting comfortable with the atmosphere and being on live television playing football.
Yeah, I mean, you're not really one to shy away from the camera. We know that you've had some pretty some pretty cool videos in your day, and you kind of soak it all in. But one thing that we're gonna get to Brett's question, folks. If you have questions, drop in the chat. But I want to make sure we get to this. But one thing about you, while you are someone, again, you've got a big personality and, all of that. Like, you're someone that really gives back. I mean, in February, you let Kevin and I come down and film the football day you were doing for your neighborhood. You gave bikes away to kids. You had like 2 bounce houses set up. I think you ended up playing like touch football with a bunch of kids under the age of 12 for like 2 hours, man. So where does that come from, that desire? Again, like, you've been on campus a month and you're already going back to your community and making sure to give back to kids.
Before I got here, it just been a long journey. Like, and the kids, they one of the people who kept me pushing. Like, I noticed that a lot of kids look up to me, and I noticed, like, just from being in public, walking around my neighborhood, or being at my football game, the kids just gravitate towards me, and I just took that and ran with it. I know if no one can do it, I mean, the time is nigh, and I can do it, and I like being around the kids. I mean, it just brings another side of happiness out of me. Just get my mind off a lot of things and just enjoy the moment in the day. And like my mom, when I was younger, my mom used to always have all my friends over and stuff. So she was the type to like the kids and just be around the kids. She'd take us Orlando, stuff like that. So I feel like that's where I get that from.
Yeah, man. Well, again, we'll dive into the questions here, but I want to make sure you highlight that because it was really special, man. And we appreciate you letting us come down there.
I ain't done yet.
Oh yeah, no, that's just the first one. We'll be on the 5th annual, 6th annual. We got years of that to do, man. But Brett Taylor asks, Charles, how much weight have you gained since getting into Storm's weight room and eating with the nutrition staff?
I gained. I came in at around like 185. I mean, my top weight I got to in the spring, and up to this point was like 196. So I gained some weight. As I mentioned earlier, I had got sick, so that knocked me off the groove a little bit. But I got it back around that 195 area. Yeah. On the bad, they probably 190, but I'm feeling good.
Yeah, still moving. Everything's they're still making sure you run. It's not like you're just gaining weight room weight. So that's functional stuff, man. James B, thank you for the super chat. Again, folks, super chats, we'll jump it right to the top. He says, good evening, Charles. So happy to have you as a member of the tribe. Obviously, you have to play both, but do you prefer press man or zone coverage?
That's a good question because, I'll say zone coverage. I can watch the quarterback. I can be able to bait the quarterback. And, you get a lot of plays. You get a lot of chances at interceptions in zone coverage. I mean, because you can see the field, you can see what's going on, you can see the ball coming in, you can see like where the quarterback eyes is taking you. I mean, press man, I mean, you're more locked in on the receiver. I mean, you have to man turn, your back might be towards the quarterback, you might have to play through the hands. I mean, I know all defensive backs like picks, so I'd say zone coverage. But I mean, we play a lot of man coverage. I mean, there's barely any zone coverage here, so
yeah. Well, we saw
it's kind of taking me away from the zone coverage side. I mean, I'm starting to like to play man.
I was saying, but that extra size helps a little bit too when you're playing that press man coverage.
Press man, yeah. I got these long arms. I can be able to touch the receiver a little bit better. But me and Coach 13, we in the lab, we working.
Yeah, no, exactly. Austin Hack asks, what is your biggest personal goal that you hope to achieve this season?
This season, I just want to be the best me. I want to help my team in the best way I can. I want to make as many plays as I can. I want to accomplish all like the accolades and achievements and the rewards that I can just for my family and just be the best me. I want to go out there and be better than I was last week. Like the game before, each game I want to get better. I want to make plays every week.
Yeah, man. Thomas Crane, sorry, I keep doing this in my head because actually, spoiler alert, I have the tripod in the middle of the screen. Thomas Crane asks, what's been the biggest challenge so far at FSU? And what area of your game do you want to improve the most?
The biggest challenge, I'd say the biggest challenge so far is time management.
Okay.
Because all the football stuff, it comes natural. I mean, if you're an athlete, you're used to playing football, and this is what you do. I mean, you're going to experience you're going to experience adversity, like within workouts, but you're going to get back up. That's a true football player. I mean, that's not an excuse. You're going to face adversity. So I'd say time management, just from transitioning from high school to college, just being able to manage my time better within going to class, going to workouts, doing extra workouts, treatment, film, all that stuff like that. So I'm getting better though. From the start, I'm getting better. I'm being able to manage time and make times where I could be here.
Well, it's a lot, man. Like, we forget, right? Folks who maybe are a little older, the first time, you get to college, that's the first time you're adjusting to, some of the classes are only on these days, some are only on these days, and some are online, and you're just trying to get your head around that. And, you also then have tour duty at 6 a.m, then you have lift, treatment, and practice. So, I could see that being an adjustment. And LeVar asked, how the transition's been going, but also has the transition overall been harder or maybe easier than you thought it was going to be?
I'd say it's pretty much what I expected, but if anything, I'd say it's been a little bit easier. Because everyone going from high school to college, before you get there, everyone, college is going to be hard. College, the workout's going to be hard. School's going to be hard, or so from hearing all that, I mean, it was more smooth. We have a lot of resources and a lot of people around the stadium that help. So I'd say they made it way easier and way smoother than what some people expect it to be.
It's good to hear, man. I mean, look, obviously the resources are working out. The team's had the highest APR it's ever had. It seems like there's new people on the Seminole Scholars every week. And does it also help, again, just coming into a program where, like, the coaching staff is so heavy on the off-the-field stuff? Like, it's not like you're having to set the example. You've got everyone ahead of you who's already like, no, man, this is just how we do it. We go to class, we get our stuff done. We use these resources. We take care of it. Does that make the transition a little easier as well?
Yes, just like Jaylen Brown said, as I was watching, like, the coaches, especially Coach Norvell, like, he's high and strong on off the field activity, like what you're doing on your off time, how you doing to best prepare yourself for the next day, the next practice. I mean, for the rep right there, I mean, it's not always football. I mean, he speaks all day about how you carry yourself, like how is you improving as a man, is you taking care of your family, is you in the books, like that's him.
Yeah, and we get to see the culture firsthand. Now, speaking of culture, Hunter Gray asks, how many people have you seen Coach Odell Haggins yell at for drinking Gatorade instead of Powerade so far?
I'm glad you just said that. I promise to God, the other day I walked in from, I don't know if you know, like the weight room. The parking lot by the weight room. I was walking in, I had like a little small bottle of Gatorade. He said, "Come here, Charles." He called me Kool-Aid because on the visit, him and my aunt, they shared a moment where they had some sweet Kool-Aid, so he been calling me Kool-Aid since. He like, "Come here." Like, now what I told you about that Gatorade? Because, our rivals Florida Gators, so we have Powerade. So he like, "Man, take that stick off." So he ripped the whole stick off my bottle.
Like right there.
Threw it away. He said, "Next time, don't even bring that bottle in here." He a true Seminole. He been here for a while. He been here the longest. Like,
dude, he's been here longer than I've been alive.
So he's serious about stuff like that. Like, that was my second time. That was his second time talking to me about a Gatorade bottle.
Yeah. So, that's so it's happened to you personally. That's amazing. Actually, I will say this. Ryan Fitzgerald did that to me one time, too. I had a Gatorade. Yeah. He was like, "What was that?" I was like, "Nothing, man." So,
I don't play about that.
I
don't see how I'm picky on that either, because I can see someone with the Gators logo or anything, I'd be like, I don't be like, ew, like.
Nah, we'll follow Odell's standard. I think that's the way to be. I'm with him. And I love that he still sticks to that, man. How many Glenn Elliott asks, how many pick sixes are y'all getting this year between the room?
As a group, I mean, we're gonna get a whole bunch of them, but individually, I want to get as many as I can. Add some pick sixes in there, some pass breakups.
Were you at the Southern Miss game last year when Jaren ran the one right into?
Yeah, Jaren, the pick six. Yeah, I was there. Yeah, I was there.
Do you have
no, I was not there. I didn't make it that game. I ain't make it that game.
Oh man. Well, you saw a few of them. Do you have a celebration picked out that you'll do if you take one to the end zone?
Nah, my first pick six, I'm gonna just probably send a prayer up to my mom or something. But I'll worry about celebrations after that. I know the first one I'll do something to honor my mom. I know I'm at her favorite school, and I just want to have my first play, my first special play anyway. I just want to give all the honor to her.
Absolutely, man. And we know she'll be watching. I'm excited to see you have that moment. And,
That's it.
Dave Doherty has two.
Maybe as soon as I had that play, we could rewind this moment back and play the video back.
Yeah, Jordan, make sure you mark this one, because I have a feeling that's going to come sooner rather than later for you. I don't think we're going to make it too many games of the season before you have one that makes people go.
Hopefully we get it done in Ireland.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I think we will. Who's the best at the tip drill on the team?
Tip drill.
Yeah. Like, do y'all still do the drills where they they have the line, knock it out, ball goes flying in the air, and is that what we're talking about, Dave?
I don't
More of a D-line drill, huh? I just made me think of, I don't know. That was making me think of an Odell story where I saw him. They're doing that drill and the kid could not hit his hand with the ball, so he was trying to tip in at the D ends catch it.
Yeah,
and,
I don't remember that one.
Yelled at him so long. Anyway, which game are you most looking forward to?
The Gators.
Okay.
I'm looking forward to that game because that's the lone rival. I mean, I grew up hating the Gators. I mean, my aunt, that's her favorite team. She been talking a lot of trash about the Gators, and I'm just ready to make her play that game so I can shut her up.
Yeah, you got some time to convert her, I think.
Yeah, it's a little minute. That's the best thing about it. I got some time. I can get in my bag. I can get comfortable before that game, so I can light it up.
Yeah, you got 10 games before that one. You'll get to get nice in the rhythm and be ready to go.
Yeah, I mean, we still learning. We still in the lab, but it's a lot of time to perfect a lot of things before that game. That's the game I'm looking forward to. I'm looking forward to Miami too, but Gators, that's the game.
Yeah, and we get them at home this year, so that'll be a big one.
Mm-hmm.
What's something you talk about being in the lab working on the game with Coach Surtain? What's something that he's really got you working on that maybe you didn't even think that you think about having to work on before you got to college or before you got under Coach Surtain? Has there been anything in your game that is kind of brand new to you that he's added that's kind of helping you go to that next level?
I always knew I need to work on my technique, like my press man technique, but eye discipline, hand discipline. Really, he been emphasizing my eyes, staying low. I find myself a little too high at times, and just hand placement. When to shoot the right hand, when it's a good time to shoot both hands. Kick step, kick slide. I mean, he pointing out all the little things that I need to do to become the best player I can. But the most important thing we've been working on getting at is my press man technique.
So really just the small details in there, right?
Yeah.
Not just hey, be the strongest guy on the field. Now it's hey, you gotta everyone's gonna be the strongest guy on the field. You gotta that hand's gotta get right here. It can't be over here.
Yeah. Just
Wilmer, who's been the biggest influence on your game to date?
So are we talking NFL, college, or just anyone?
Maybe it's had the most
influence. I'll say Sauce Gardner, because we share some of the same attributes. We kind of longer. It's one of the longer corners. I mean, so I've been paying attention to him a little more. He's a little newer, just trying to take little things out of his game, because we I wouldn't say we have the same body type, but we still have that lengthy. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, no. I mean,
so I just been seeing how he move, how he play, how he use, what type of technique he use, and how he just go about guarding some of the fast receivers, some of the heavier receivers. So I really just I have actually, Coach Moss had made some cut-ups of some of his plays in the NFL for me to watch, because I told him that's who I've been watching. Of course, I've been watching Jalen Ramsey, but Sauce Gardner, I've been on him lately just because of just the size measurables and the comparison. So I just been on Sauce Gardner.
Yeah, I think it's a good one. I mean, Jalen's great to watch. Just we can't all have 77-inch arms or whatever. Even though but you're a long corner. I mentioned this again with Jalen, but just we have so much length in the cornerback room. I mean, just as a Florida State fan, kind of getting aside from the Battle's End, role for a second. I mean, just it is cool to see what y'all have in that room. I mean, I think y'all have 4 or 5 guys over 6 feet tall that can run just as well as anyone with receivers. And what was that like the first time walking in the DB room and be like, man, we got some. This kind of looks like a receiver room in here with the height.
I kind of already knew what I was walking into though, because I seen it was one game I had seen Q. Now that he's my teammate and he's my brother now, but I seen him on TV one day when they were playing. I forgot who they were playing. They had all Garnet on. I said, dang, who was number 16? He long, like he looked way longer than me, like he big.
Yep.
And then from the day I walked in, I'm like, well, yeah, it's a couple on that look like him.
Yeah, and he's one that stands out. You got the picture right over your right shoulder. You can just see him kind of like eyes wide, folks. Dupree Hundo asks, "Who's your favorite receiver to match up against?"
I know me and I found myself I go against Lil-Wayne a lot. I go against him a lot. So out of all the receivers, I don't win against him the most. I mean, he's a great receiver. I mean, good route running.
Yeah. I mean, another freshman. I mean, you guys, how hard do y'all push each other in practice? Like,
We push each other hard. I mean, we go at it. I mean, he brings his best every time, and that's how we're gonna get each other better, going on the best.
Honest answer with me, Charles, because it's just the two of us talking, not 875 other people watching it. If you get an interception on the way, do you hit the Wheezy dance, or do you hit a signature?
No, I
dance
probably
with
one
him?
day. I've been telling myself that I ain't got that chance to intercept the ball on him yet, but I probably will.
You get one,
we
you gotta-
share the same. We stay in the same apartment, so it's all tough love. So that would be a cool moment.
Yeah, you get
But
one.
you gotta know when I catch that pick on him and do the Wheezy on him,
He gets a TD on
and
you.
he get that chance, he gonna do it back on me.
I hope in like an episode of The Climb we get a cut up of that. Like you do it to him once, that we get to see him, and then like both you in the game. Him scoring a real touchdown, you getting a real pick.
Yeah.
We get the Wheezy dance famous again. Hunter Gray asked, man, what was it about Mike Norvell that sold you early on in the recruiting process? I can't wait to watch you ball.
Just every time I came on campus, he was the same dude, same guy. I mean, he always. And then some other head coaches, when they show you that and tell you that you're their number one priority, sometimes they have three guys that's their number one. Like they don't even know who they really want. All three of them just good and just hoping they can grab one of them. But with him and the way he is and the way he made me feel, and just he came to work. Every time I seen him, I mean, it was the same guy, he outspoken, loud. Just like I heard you talking about, good morning. That's him every day. So he always made me feel like I was that top priority, and I believed him, and I still believe him, and I just know he gonna get me to where I want to be. Like that ain't no question.
It's just like it seems to be the common theme with Coach Norvell. I mean, the genuineness, with which he carries himself is really cool, and it's awesome that it reflects. And Glenn Elliott asks, who's your biggest inspiration?
My biggest inspiration, my mom.
Yeah.
I mean, she inspired me to do. I mean, if a lot of people if people got to know my mom, they'll know why I say this. Like, my mom, people say I have a good heart, but that's why I get all my attributes and characteristics from my mom. And I just, like I said, I want to get all the honor and glory to her. I mean, she made this, she paid the way for me. Like, I watched her, like, she was a single mom. Just me and her in the house. I watched how she carried herself, how she treated me, and she always just made sure I was the number one priority to her, and that I would be in this position right now to go live out my dreams. So, like, don't nothing else inspire me than her drive and urge to take care of me. I mean, she showed me, like, what tough times is. Like, when times was tough, like, she ain't complain. She got it done for me. So if don't nobody else inspire me, she do.
It's amazing, man. And, I appreciate you sharing this. I know, again, man, I know she's so proud of you, dude, and all the stuff that, you have accomplished and the things you're going to accomplish. And I popped on the screen there for a second, but love to see Honor and your mom. And, yeah, man. And just to kind of bring it full circle, and then we'll let you get out of here. Tyreek Williamson asks, Charles, what are you most excited for the incoming season for FSU?
I'm excited for revenge. We on a world tour, and they played with our name last year.
Yeah.
We got get back season.
Literally,
things we got to get off our chest.
We're going to Ireland. We're going to start there. We're going to bring it all back here.
Bring it. I mean, it's a part of the story. We ain't going to Ireland for no reason. We ain't going to Ireland for no reason. We're gonna start the season off good in Ireland, and we're gonna make it back home safe, and then get ready for the wonderful 24 season. But yeah, like I said, we got a lot of stuff we got to get off our chest, and I'm pretty sure everyone on the team know that. Everyone on the team feel that, and I wasn't even on the team last year to share the experience with the team, and I know how it feels to go through something like that. So this year, this is a statement year.
It's been really, really cool to watch the response to that, man. Like there's two ways to respond when you get screwed over, right? You can either say like, well, I guess all that was for nothing, and you can take your ball and you can go home and just kind of, get jaded by it. But it's cool to see the response in this locker room has been the opposite. Everyone's like, all right, well, let's, y'all buckle down, let's work hard, let's go earn another spot in another playoff, and this time they can't keep us out. And it's been really awesome to watch across the board, even folks like yourself who didn't join the team till the next semester, guys who transferred in, or guys like, Darius and Mo who've been here 5 years and were here last year. It's the same response from everyone. It's like, fine, you want to keep us out? Like, we're going to show you what you kept out and why you made a mistake by just working even harder.
Yeah, that's why this time you don't even make it close. We don't even make it debatable.
Absolutely, man.
That's what we big on this year. We ain't making it debatable. We once it's that time, they gonna know. They counting them in.
Non-debatable and undeniable, man. Well, Charles, we appreciate you stopping by, man. Thank you for sitting down with us for so long. Thanks for sharing everything you did with us, dude. I'm so fired up to see what you do this year. I know you're gonna have a huge year, and I can't wait for everyone across the country and across the world, I guess, to get to see it on the field. But folks, thank you for stopping by our live show. This was our part of our summer Q&A series. We've got these going every single Monday night, so make sure that y'all come at 8:00 on Mondays. We are The Battles End, FSU's NIL collective. Directly support Florida State football players by going to thebattlesend.com and becoming a member today. Charles, thanks again, folks, for watching. Thank you so much, and we will see y'all next week.
Yes, sir.